Hello, everyone, and welcome to our fifth episode, Orizon Podcast. Today we have a guest in the room. We are discussing a topic and we want to see the journey of our biochemist. So, welcome. Follow us on our social media platforms Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Keep tuned. And so, we welcome our visitor. Na karibu.
Okay, thank you very much. Call me Polycarp Ouma, so known as Dr. Love Kingston social media handle. You can get me via Polyedu Health KE in both of my social media platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you.
Nice. Welcome to Orizon Podcast. So we are inviting you today. We discuss a lot and you tell us your journey on this thing called biochemist.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know what is exactly biochemist and what does it entail. Yeah, so we can start from that. You introduce to us, tell the audience what is biochemist and what does biochemist entail.
Okay, biochemist is a person doing what we call biochemistry. Biochemistry, from just a layman's language, bio means life, and then we have chemistry. So biochemistry in general is the study of the chemistry of life. So a person who is studying the chemistry of life is called a biochemist.
Right.
Yeah.
A person who studies the chemistry of life is called biochemist.
Exactly.
So we are studying biochemistry.
Yes.
Nice. That is. So what is this biochemistry?
Okay. Biochemistry, it is a course, but it entails a lot of things. It entails research. Mostly, what it entails mostly is research.
Right.
Yeah.
So you do research about the chemistry of life.
The chemistry of life.
So if I may ask, have you ever done any research before or research?
Okay, there are research that I've been doing, and also there are research that are underway, meaning that are ongoing right now. Yeah.
So, like, what was your first research concerning which topic and how did it go?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
My first research topic was actually on nutrition, but I was dealing with the assessment of the nutritional profile of white and red guavas from Kitui. That is that's in Zambani, Kitui East. And again, I've also worked with other scholars who have published other books. I've worked with the person who was doing a research on certain enzymes. Yeah.
Certain enzymes. So this your project on white and red guavas.
Okay.
Can you briefly explain what it entails and what were you researching on the white and red guavas?
Okay. Okay. The research of white and red guavas were just testing on the nutritional profile of these guavas. For example, we are looking at the minerals. Minerals, if you talk about minerals, that is, for example, the potassium, the magnesium, those minerals. As well, we are also looking at the vitamin A and C contents in these white and red guavas. Yeah, and having this, we are also doing the comparison between these two samples, which were the white and red guavas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, any other research apart from this one of guavas? Which any other have you done apart from this one?
Okay, I can't generally say they are mine, but I was helping a certain person do an ongoing research, but it was a research that was dealing on the enzyme. And the enzyme that you are looking at here were the amylases, the cellulases, and I have just forgotten one enzyme. There were 3 enzymes. But now the function of these enzymes, or the work of this project that I was helping this person do, I've kept it anonymous because maybe the person I haven't got the consent from the person to speak the name or something.
Oh,
But what this person was trying to check was the first aim of the research was to ensure that it produces uh, fabrics, cloths that are eco-friendly to the environment, and also high quality fabric. And apart from that, he was also looking at the fabrics that are of low cost, but it is a quality. So the function of these enzymes, you see, most of the industries here in Kenya that are producing fabrics, for example, clothes and stuff, they use a lot of chemicals. But you see, these chemicals are very harmful to the environment.
exactly.
So this person was trying to use enzymes, because you see, enzymes work as catalysts.
Yeah.
They just fastens the rate of a reaction. So, but they are very eco-friendly. They are biofriendly.
Biofriendly.
Yeah. Or what we mean by that is that they're not harmful to human beings.
Okay.
So you see, for example, the cotton. The cotton is used in the production of clothes.
Yeah.
But in the cotton itself, we have got layers. For the cotton to be processed, for it to make a final product, which is cloth, there are so many processes that it will undergo. But here in the cotton itself, there are certain layers, and these layers have got different things in between. For example, we have pectin. Pectin is a sticky substance that holds these three layers together.
Okay.
So for you to remove this pectin, the cotton has got three layers, just like I've said.
Yeah.
And in between these three layers, there is pectin in them. Pectin is like a glue that holds them together.
Yeah.
And for you to remove this pectin, you see, you cannot remove them using your hands. What you'll have to do is either you put a chemical for them to be removed, or you can as well use an enzyme. The enzyme you will use to remove these things is called enzyme pectinase.
Okay.
And the enzyme pectinase helps in removing the substance pectin. Yeah. So if you use these enzymes, for example, you see, an enzyme is not a chemical, and even if you will be disposing the waste materials from this cotton, there will be no let's say it won't bring any problem to the outside world.
Okay.
So the main aim of a researcher or a biochemist is for them to find a more quicker solution to the problems that somebody might be encountering, or a company might be encountering, to ensure we produce high quality stuffs, and also they are very eco-friendly at low cost.
Nice.
Yeah.
So from your first research, the white and the red guavas, you are searching on some nutritional values.
Yeah.
So does it mean that biochemistry relate with the sort of nutrition?
Okay, it relates because a nutritionist will solely depend on a biochemist in one way or the other.
Okay.
Because for a nutritionist to advise someone, a patient or someone, on what food stuff for him to consume, he must know what value or what substance do certain food contains. For example, if a nutritionist want to advise a patient to consume a guava, for example, what he'll have to do is first of all have the data on what nutritional profiles are inside these white and red guavas. Okay, you must quantify and know what level of vitamin A, what level of vitamin C is in this content, and again he'll have to quantify and know what minerals are available, and from those stuffs he'll have to know this person might be lacking certain minerals. Then if I give him this food, he'll be able to get this mineral from this mineral.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the nutritionist depend on biochemist.
Exactly.
Okay. That is nice. So we need to have a lot of biochemists in Kenya. So some people might confuse biochemist and a pharmacist.
Exactly.
So can you give us the relation between these two?
Okay. For the people out there who are still studying and stuff, or people who are still confused to know what course they should be undertaking and stuff.
Yeah.
Some of them might not know the difference between a biochemist and a pharmacist. Though they might depend on each other, but not too much depending on each other. So a pharmacist will be understanding the chemistry behind drugs.
Okay.
But a biochemist will have to understand the pathways of how these drugs will be working inside your body. For example, if you are given, let's say, pain reliever medicine, the biochemist is the person who can explain the pathways that the medicine will have to follow for it to reach certain point where there is a disease in your body, for it to help or help in relieving the pain or something.
Okay.
So some institutions or some people studying pharmacy as a course, those people who are pharmacists, they have done maybe biochemistry as a unit. Yeah, and studying biochemistry as a unit doesn't totally entail the whole of biochemistry. Biochemistry is a broader topic for you to study it, or for you to discuss it, or know it within one unit. It's very difficult for somebody to understand it just by studying one unit.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why we have biochemists who will go broader and maybe learn within his 4 years and stuff and understand biochemistry entirely. Yeah.
So it means that biochemistry is very wide.
It is very wide. And another different, a biochemist is not just placed under one institution. Let's say, for example, a pharmacist. He or she will only entirely be focusing on drugs the whole of his life. Or maybe will be working in a hospital.
Yeah.
Or maybe if you have your license, you can go and open up your chemistry so that you can sell drugs and stuff.
Yeah.
But a biochemist has got a broader place to go and work during his completion of studies. For example, a biochemist can work in a hospital, but these big hospitals, maybe level 5, level 6 hospitals. Okay. Because in those places, there are a lot of research that are ongoing. And a biochemist can again come back and become a teacher, but a teacher at higher institutions of learning, maybe a lecturer or professor, depending on how many. You see, these professors and the lecturers, you become a professor depending on how many projects you have done, for example.
Okay.
And how many projects are there in your papers. So you get a biochemist will have to do a lot of research for him to bring solution entirely to the problems that are undergoing in this world. Again, a biochemist can also work with technology. For example, you get a biochemist doing bioinformatics. He has decided to further his studies to do bioinformatics. And you see, this bioinformatics, it's a technology. The entire of it is just technology, but from the word bio, it is the technology of life.
Of life, yeah. Okay, this thing looks to be so complicated. Like, to you, what just motivated you to pursue this course? Because it looks very wide and complicated. And how are you managing it?
Okay, for someone who is doing biochemistry as a course, at first I wasn't inspiring to do biochemistry. I was to do a different course altogether. But you see, the COOPs and stuff has got their own ways of eliminating students. So my cluster points didn't reach the course I wanted, for example. So when I applied. Actually, I was aspiring to do civil engineering. But when my cluster points never reached there, biochemistry was the second option that I had. But now, if I am advised that I choose between biochemistry and civil engineering, I'll go for biochemistry.
You'll go for biochemistry. That's nice.
So the problem with biochemistry is that biochemistry is more advanced in the Western countries. And here in Africa, biochemistry is developing. And you get the most institutions, the most universities and colleges, there are some that do not offer it.
Exactly.
And students lack awareness on what biochemistry might be entailing. But to me right now, I can confirm that it's really a nice course, but it is complicated for someone who is lazy.
Okay.
Exactly.
Someone who is lazy. So you said that in these our African countries, biochemistry is still developing. So that brings me to this question that what is now the role of biochemistry in hospitals, for example? Because you find a lot of people, it's not easy to find biochemists, by the way, and due to people confuse it with the pharmacists. So maybe can it be that their work are the same, the pharmacist and biochemist? And if not, what is the role of biochemist in a hospital?
Okay, biochemistry and pharmacy are not the same.
Yeah, as you had explained.
Yeah, they're not the same. And you see, the work of a biochemist in the medical field is entirely to do research. I'll give you a quick reminder on how biochemistry has been helping in our country and in the world entirely. You remember when COVID came?
Exactly.
COVID-19. When it came, a lot of people didn't know how to get the drugs.
Yeah.
And the people who are to do this work are now the biochemists. Here's where they chip in. They have to do research. They have to know what coronavirus entailed and how they could eliminate it. Researches are ongoing still because there is no permanent drug, for example, that was found for coronavirus. So that's one place that biochemistry is evolving at. Secondly, in medical field, you've heard about Ebola and stuff.
Ebola, yeah.
It's the work of biochemists to find a solution for this. And again, in Kenya, you can remember again the Shakahola massacre.
Yeah, the Shakahola massacre.
You see, those people who are doing the forensics and stuff, these are also biochemists.
Okay.
Because a forensic is entirely all about molecular work. And in this molecular work, we entail the DNA, the RNA, the nucleic acid and stuff. It entails the molecular stuff. But the person who understands it most is a biochemist. So in medical field, there are still a lot that is ongoing in the pharmacology. There's a lot that is evolving in the drugs, and there's a lot that is evolving in these diseases. Because there are also certain diseases that people might not know, but it is already known by those people doing a research on them. So if you do research, for example, and then you get a topic, you will have to do a thorough literature review or read a lot about it for you to come up with a solution. But if you do your research and find out that that disease have not been found or had not been found before, that's what brings you can name that disease to be a new disease. Yes, that's why you will get, for example, your name can be Brian, but Brian is the person who found disease X. So Brian can decide to name the disease after him.
Okay.
Yeah. If at all the disease is very new, but it has followed all the protocol that is needed, and it has been sent to all the places that it should be sent for clarification. It's found that it's valid and you can prove your project maybe in the finding of the new disease. You can name it after your name, or name it after the place where it was found.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is nice. This biochemist, so you said their role majorly is to do a lot of research on these diseases. So I think our audience have now known the difference between a biochemist and a pharmacist. As you've explained, I've seen a very, very large gap. So it means that mostly these biochemists, for instance, they don't work in hospitals. Or how can you tell our audience about this?
Okay.
Because if I can say how you've explained the work of a biochemist, I don't see the need of them working in these hospitals, because you'll find that most of hospitals in these our countries, maybe they can't have the machines that maybe a biochemist might need to do his or her own research. So can you tell us something about this?
If our audience remembered, at first I said that a biochemist can work very well in a level 6 or level 5 hospital.
Yeah.
You see, hospitals are at levels. So level 4, level 5, level 6 hospitals. And the level 6 hospitals are now these big hospitals. The teaching and referral hospitals, for example, the Kenyatta National Hospital, for example, Jaramogi Hospital here in Kenya.
Yeah.
Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital. And you see in these hospitals, okay, like I said, we are still evolving in our country.
Yeah.
It is still developing. But there are a lot of machines that are needed for medical staff. If I told a biochemist as a worker in the hospital, or he has gotten a job in the hospital, he'll be at a better place when he's in this hospital. Better still, we have places like the Kenya Medical Research Institute, so known as a KEMRI.
Yeah.
It does a lot of research.
Okay.
And most of it is science research. You see, biochemistry is also just science. And in those places, you get that there's a lot of medical stuffs that are ongoing. And there are investors and investments that are ongoing in such places.
Yeah.
Okay, if you go to universities like Nairobi University, there are lecturers that are still doing research. Maybe, let's say, for example, if you are talking about bacteria causes certain diseases. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's these bacteria that somebody can be interested in. You want to know a lot of these bacteria. You will not tell somebody who is doing medicine and surgery to come and understand this bacteria, but he'll have to have a knowledge of a biochemist for him or her to understand a lot about these bacteria.
Okay.
So a biochemist, the better part with biochemistry is that you are not just engulfed in one place, that you'll just be working in that place specifically, but you have a variety of places. You can work in a hospital, you can work in a company, you can work in a school, you can work in a university, depending on your specification. What are you looking into, or what are you working with?
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, you can also work in the agrochemical with the agrochemicals. Maybe you can come to a certain place, you come to area A, and then look at that area and you find that crops in that area doesn't do well. Maybe because of the soil type, or maybe because of the they don't know how the depth of the soil. They don't know the composition of the soil. And you see, the soil is one of the biggest steps to ensure that a crop in certain place is good, or it has thrived well. Exactly. So you can go there and then you be interested that, no, I want to work in this soil and know what's wrong with this soil. Why are the crops in this place not thriving well? By doing that, you shall have helped the people in that place, for them to know what is the problem in that place and how can they solve the problem. And again, you might go in an area and you go to that area and find that these people, when they're attacked with a certain disease, they suffer a lot more than the people in certain areas. So you'll come and see what are these people having that these people lack. So by doing that, you shall have helped them. In the pre-colonial period, long time ago, when these whites came to Kenya, you found that mere diseases, for example, malaria, could attack them and they die instantly. We can say at that time we never had drugs, but again, if you look at the immune system of an African compared to the immune system of a white, there's difference. So you see, if once it is known that way, you will come and check what are these people having that these people do not have, and how can we solve it and minimize it so that we can maximize to both of them so that they can stay well. And that's why you can get most of the Africans were going as slaves, because they were having that strong immunity, and they could persevere and go under harsh conditions without problems. Yeah, and again, just about that, you can get, for example, we are black. You see, if you don't understand maybe why somebody can be black and maybe somebody is white, and what's the function of being black and what's the function of being white, and how does they help? Somebody can just come up with an idea. I want to know, why am I black, and why is the other person white? And how is these things? How can these things help? Maybe in protecting you from certain problems health-wise. For example, we have melanin that brings the black color, and it's a protection against the strong sunlight. And you get those people who are white do not have it. And this can make them suffer from other diseases, because direct contact of sunlight, those UV rays, when they hit you, you can get a disease, maybe cancer. And you get the blacks will be more resistant to it because of melanin, and they will not be suffering from cancer rampantly compared to the whites. So you see, from there, somebody can come and see how they can help, and with so doing, you will get that you've helped somebody to suffer to overcome certain problems. A certain research that have been done, for example, introduction of golden rice. The golden rice have got a certain vitamin, the vitamin for vision. So it helps those people who have problems with the eye, for them to get better vision. I think it's vitamin A, beta carotene, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So you see, somebody who is doing research and stuff will understand this better, because he has more details on certain stuff. And again, being a biochemist isn't a soft journey. For, like I said, for somebody who's lazy, because you'll have to study, you'll have to read, and also go through literatures, the publications that somebody has done, because you can sit and maybe think that topic you've come up with had not been done, forgetting that somebody had done it, maybe somewhere in Australia. I might not know the person, but it was already done and it's then publications. So biochemists will have to read more books for him to know what topics have not yet been done for him or her to do that project. And again, you can also go and read about somebody's literature and find out what he had done. From what he had done, you can come up with a topic and say, this person did this, but he never looked into this. So how can I do this to perfect this? Because the main aim is for you to bring something that is of quality, and to reduce expenses and cost, and also to reduce time. Okay. And if you're working with a company, for example, the companies, it is difficult for you to convince a company to stop using certain stuff if your staff cannot convince them enough that it will help them. It will help them do certain. It will help them reduce cost, because they are afraid of cost. So you must bring a topic that will help them reduce cost. And again, your product or the stuff you're bringing on the table should give them something of higher quality. And also at some point they can also look at the quantity.
Okay.
Yeah.
The discussion is good. Our audience, I think you are sending us your messages on our social media platforms. We are going to answer you in the next part. So we take a short break, take a sip of water, then come back. Thank you.
Ever had a thought so brilliant that you had to write it down immediately? That's why you need the Smart Write pen. The smoothest, most reliable pen for every idea, every signature, every masterpiece. With Smart Write, you get the crisp, clear, smudge-free writing every single time. Designed for comfort, built for durability, and made to last. Smart Write pen. Write smarter. Get yours today.
Welcome back, our lovely viewers of Orizon Podcast. So, still on the 5th podcast, we are still with our biochemist in the house. This is the second session we are having with him. So, Dan, we left when we were discussing something on the results. So, to my question comes that if biochemists can do all these research, so is there a need of having doctors in the hospital, since biochemists, they understand the exact injection or the exact medicine and the reasons behind it? So can the work of the doctors be replaced by biochemists?
Not exactly. All biochemists or all doctors can be researchers, but not all biochemists can be doctors.
Okay.
So you see, a doctor can decide to further his studies and also maybe work on a disease. And from there, he'll be doing research, right?
Yeah.
But you see, a biochemist cannot just wake up one day and say that I want to go and do brain surgery to somebody.
Oh.
So meaning that those doctors, they are overqualified to be in the hospital. But again, a biochemist, like I said, is not just supposed to work in the hospitals alone. He can decide to go extra mile and maybe work in a company. Even just like I say, textile, for example, textile industries, a biochemist can go and maybe work in the agricultural companies. Yeah, the main function of a biochemist is just for him to identify problems that are being encountered by people or places in the world, and then they find a solution to those problems. The problem can be a medical problem, can be a pharmaceutical problem, or it can be just other problem,
Maybe agricultural.
a problem different from medicine and stuff. But a doctor will just have to be within the range of being in the hospital distance.
Okay. So this biochemist, it means that you are not just stick to medical. You can do anything anywhere.
You can do anything anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, so long as you are interested in a certain topic or you've seen a gap somewhere that should be researched on.
Okay.
Exactly.
So actually, that is what now gives the doctors upper hands of staying in the hospitals. Because if maybe a biochemist decides that I just want to do medical research, then I think he or she is qualified to be a doctor.
Okay, another difference between a doctor and a biochemist. You see, when a doctor graduates and becomes a doctor, there are this admission number. There is this number that they're given by the medical organization in Kenya, of which it's denied for a biochemist. And if a biochemist could be given that number, maybe you would be having an upper hand for a pharmacist. Maybe he could even have replaced the medical laboratory, because he understands a lot in the medical laboratory, because a lot of the stuff that a biochemist does is in the lab work.
Okay.
And you see, a medical laboratory is also engulfed just in the lab, and does a lot of things in the laboratories.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is nice. Then biochemists, probably somebody who has just decided now, I just want to do agricultural or maybe some other problems apart from medical. So is there any problem, or when maybe you are employed in a company, are you just stuck to one pathway such that you can just go that I want to go agricultural or medical or any other, or you just do general?
It is not just a must that you need to do something based on where you work or something.
Okay.
You see, I might be interested in working in a company A, and maybe company A is just dealing with agriculture.
Okay.
But according to my reading and literature review, I've read about something and done my literature very well. I've reviewed it, and I've gotten a gap in a research that somebody did but never finished it. I've got a research, but the research is all about bacteria and stuff. So I'll leave the agricultural sector and go to the bacterial sector.
Okay.
Yeah. So depending on your preference, what you prefer,
Okay.
or where you found the gap.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is nice. Very, very nice. So I think we should have a lot of biochemists in this. So what can you tell any student out there who maybe is joining and is planning to do this biochemist? What is the good or benefits of this?
Okay. First of all, I will not lie to them, and I will not pamper them about the course.
Okay.
Okay. The course is nice.
Uh-huh.
You will have to agree with me, but it is just nice for somebody who knows what he wants.
Okay.
And it will be very difficult for someone who have just gone for a lavish life. Having lavish life isn't bad, but at times, if you don't want to go and do your thorough readings and stuff, then don't do it.
Okay.
It's just better I tell them the truth. And again, it's one of the best courses that somebody can ever learn. And you see, most people are not doing it because they don't know what it entails. And maybe somebody can be living biochemistry and asking, what is it? Another confusion that people do have, they think that somebody doing biochemistry is a teacher who teaches biology and chemistry.
Yeah, exactly.
But biochemistry, those people who does education, the institutions have got a way in which they separate them. And they'll be teachers of sciences, biochemistry. But a person who does biochemistry in other departments or other institutions, you'll get them that they're in different school, in different departments.
Okay.
Apart from educational departments. Yeah. You can be away from, for example, you can be in School of Medicine, Department of Medical Biochemistry, or you might be in School of Basic Science, Department of Biochemistry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, by your understanding, what or how is the market of this course out there?
Okay. What nowadays happens, you see, most Gen Zs, as I can say,
Yeah.
most of them, okay, the main aim of us learning, if you come from the background, you look at your background and you say that maybe our parents want us to learn for us to be employed in the future.
Exactly.
So that they can get something from us.
Yeah.
But this world nowadays, what I can advise the outside world, we don't just learn for us to get employed, because a lot of graduates are outside there. Because I can't say how many biochemists are outside there. I know there are thousands, there are so many, but how many are employed? A few. So you get our country has evolved such that we have so many graduates more than the available job opportunities.
Yeah.
So what I'll advise somebody doing it, and now this is where also biochemistry is of importance. We majorly study nowadays for us to create job opportunities, so that we can become our own boss. As my business teacher once told me,
Yeah.
you become your own boss.
Your own boss,
So once you are a biochemist and maybe you've done research on something and you've qualified, and it's a process though, and you've qualified and your research has been given a go ahead, of course you'll be earning. You'll be earning your money, and also you'll be getting funds for you to further your research and stuff. In that, you'll not be depending on somebody or someone to employ you. But again, if you are you do a good job, of course, different companies can recommend you. Different hospitals can recommend you for you to go and further your research and help them in knowing how to solve certain problems. So a biochemist has got an added advantage, because besides unemployment, you might not be employed, because employment nowadays in our country is not guaranteed, and it is not a must that if you are learned that you will get a job automatically. It is not guaranteed. So what you do is learn, but you ask yourself, after I have learned, what will I do next?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the market is how now you handle yourself out
How you
there.
handle yourself out there. And I cannot guarantee somebody that you will study biochemistry and then not get a job automatically.
Okay.
There's tamaking. You might tamak, and if you are lucky, you might be out undergraduate, and then you get your job automatically, or you might be unlucky and further your studies, maybe go for your masters and your PhDs for you to be employed. So it is a process.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not guaranteed, audience, as you've gotten that, it's not guaranteed that if you've done biochemist, now you're going to get a job automatically, because now you think you are unique. Tamaking ni lazima. So let's check the questions that have been sent by our audience in our social media platforms, like when we go to Facebook. We are seeing congratulations messages. Congratulations to our biochemist. Congratulations. Now we have an congratulations. We are seeing Steven asking that what is nutrition. I don't think if this is in our line of our discussion, but can you answer that?
Okay, I don't have exact meaning of nutrition.
Exact meaning of nutrition, yeah. I think we had explained that nutrition, we had explained how they relate with the biochemist. So I think they're going to check on that. Just a lot of messages of congratulations from our audience. So what are your last words to our audience concerning our topic of today?
Okay, I will tell our audience, don't be advised. Okay, don't be advised by a lot of people. You see, if there are so many cooks who cook certain meal, then the meal automatically won't be good. So even if people advises you, it's not wrong to be advised, but make your own choices. And don't do a course because your parent want you to do it, or because you are doing a course because you want to favor somebody. If you do that, you'll be doing for somebody the course, and if you don't you are not lucky and you don't get employed, you'll be blaming that person. What you need to do, go for something that you're passionate about. And then again, beside your course, be talented. Don't leave your talents undone. Yeah, because I like me, I'm not just I'm a biochemist, but I'm not just doing biochemistry. I also have I'm doing my talents. It's not left behind. Because at times you can get maybe plan A might not work, but your plan B.
Plan B, exactly. So there's an audience here who said that she wants to talk to you. I don't know where, so maybe you can share with us your contacts or your social media platforms where they can find you. I mean.
Okay. For my contacts, they're in my social media handles, my official contacts. You can find me in TikTok as Polyedu Health KE, and also in Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. But mostly, I do have talks in YouTube. In my TikTok accounts, I always major in my talents. I'm an actor, by the way.
Okay.
I am an actor. I am a scriptwriter, and I'm also a director. I do both filming and I do stage work, and I also do set book performances.
Okay.
Yeah. So somebody might be interested also in the let's say stage work, filming and stuff. My number is in my account. You can go in the bio and then you find the number, and then you can get in touch. Just business wise.
Nice, our audience. It is business and nothing else. As Dan has shared the TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and all the social media platforms. Now we are coming to the conclusion. Still reminding you that I was your host, John Ouma, podcast Orizon Creations. Thank you. Ensure you follow, subscribe, and you watch, share this message so that it gets a lot of audience in all our social media platforms, Orizon Creations. Thank you.